the other store, the people in the store come running to the front. And that's when I realized the store was being robbed. Now the cashier is yelling at this guy, stop. And all I had to do was turn around and stick my foot out, and I could have kicked the guy.
Why didn't you do that? You would have been a hero, Mom.
But I thought about it. I have kids.
Oh, my God.
What if he had a weapon? I didn't know.
That is hilarious. That is absolutely.
I'll tell you the rest of this when we come back. Okay, let's take a break.
Thanks for listening, guys. Tune back for the rest of this crazy story. That is crazy. Oh, wait, what's the name of this episode? Oh, hey, Shatana. Hey, Valerie. We're doing our podcast. We're live. My mom is trying to be shady, and she's like, I don't want to be on there.
I thought
you look cute, though.
It could be, how are we doing now?
Okay.
Actually, we can close the blinds. Because I'm all about the whole thing looking good. Really?
I mean, it's like family members and stuff. See, like, people say, hey. I mean, we're cute. It doesn't matter.
Right. Yeah.
And then Dad's here also. Oh, wait. Actually, I kind of need this. I know. I'm trying to load this stuff. Hi, guys. I hope you guys are listening to our podcast. You ladies are funny. Oh, gosh, Valerie.
Valerie?
Yep, the snowbirds.
Hi, Snowbird. You didn't send us any pictures yet.
I know, right? Look. I did my natural hair. Where's yours?
I blew mine out today.
I don't know why this is taking so long. It's the app that's like actually having us. No, it's fine. Okay, we're gonna head back.
Okay. So.
Wait, you in your crazy story. Okay.
Yes.
Welcome back to JW's Brainwaves, where I am your host, Jessica Brooks, along with my co-host, Shirley Brooks. And if you guys are just now tuning in, you guys are missing the story of our life. Oh my gosh, my mom is sharing with us about how she was in a store and the store was being robbed not last week, but the week before that.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
Like, I cannot believe this. Like, she's literally, this poor woman's been through it all.
Really? Well, now, just so you know, the reason why I'm telling this story also is because it's connected to a brain injury.
Is it now?
Yes, it is. Because after the person ran out of the store, actually to a waiting car, a car pulls up, this guy runs and hops in the car. Meanwhile, all the staff in the store is running after this guy, trying to stop him. I'm still digging for 2 cents. And the thing is, one of the after the guy takes off in the car, one of the persons from the store, she asked me, well, what did he look like? And I stood there. I was frozen. Oh my God. I mean, I turned around. I looked at him as he was running out the store.
Wait, but did he have like a mask or something? Or it was
no, I mean, he had on, he actually had on gray pants, a gray hoodie. The hood was on his head.
You will never be this descriptive and not be able to help them.
He had dirty blonde hair.
Oh my God.
The girl in the car, in the getaway car, she actually had dirty blonde hair too.
Mom, you should have filled out the police report.
Well, I couldn't. And that's another story for another time.
Oh my God, moving on.
But anyway. But I feel like I had a temporary brain injury because I froze. I couldn't, even though I saw the guy plain as day, but I could not give a description at that point.
Right.
So I feel like that was a temporary brain injury.
I think that was actually your brain actually functioning properly. You hit like the flight or fright thing, so your adrenaline kicked in, and you may have, not been able to remember what he looked like right then and there as a protective mode because you were in a high level stress situation. So it was actually what your brain should have done.
Good. So I'm cured. I feel like I'm cured now.
I can't. Oh, there's some people. Hi guys, Justin, Orpha, thanks for joining. Deva, Davia. There you go. Oh, Miss Mayfield. Yeah. Sorry, I like really jacked up your name. What did I do
simultaneously as we're recording the podcast, we're also
on Facebook Live. So I did a couple of things this week, which was pretty exciting. I went to the Urban League of Union County. Mm-hmm. And
it was a networking event.
Yes, right? It was a networking event, and it was amazing to see other young people doing their thing. It was very, very inspiring, and they were so supportive as well for my mission and my cause with Jahzara's Way, and they literally had open hands, like, hey, how can we help? How can we get involved? How can we partner? And it was just a really, really good atmosphere. And also my highlight of my life to this date is I got to talk with the Girl Scouts. I'm
Girl Scouts of America.
Yes, the Girl Scouts of America. Like, it was amazing. Like, I was literally cheesing ear to ear before, during, and after. Like, the moms and like the troop leaders, they were just like, okay, like, yeah, it's the Girl Scouts, okay. But the Girl Scouts have been so big in my family. My sister, she had won like the gold and silver award. And she's literally in the books for being one of the first 5 African-American women of New Jersey to complete that gold award.
Which is similar to like the Eagle Scout Awards in Boy Scouting. Mm-hmm. So it's a very, very prestigious award. And, at the time when she won it, it was kind of hard to achieve that. A lot of girls tend to fall by the wayside before they get to that point. So I'm really proud that she stuck it out.
Yeah.
And she was able to achieve that award she got. And but when we come back, we'll finish discussing the Urban League. I want to talk some more about that.
All righty. Well, keep on listening, guys. Talk to you soon. Oh yeah, I forgot. I can put like music on this thing. I'm like, really holding back right now.
And hopefully down the road, that's where you can insert commercials.
Oh crap! I didn't even put that in order. Oh well. Let's put some music on.
So, with the Urban League, you want to talk about?
Not much.
Did they have something specific going on?
Oh yeah. I remember. It was they had like 2 guest speakers, and but I forget their names. Like, I don't even want to include it, but they had 2 guest speakers, and they were talking about finances, and they were talking about what they actually do in the community, but I can't remember specifically.
You don't have to go into specifics. So they had 2 guest speakers talking about finances.
Mm-hmm. And book tour and stuff like that.
And you said something what they did in community.
Yep, we got to get back.
Okay. Okay, you don't have to always introduce us. Just
You're on live. Silly. Welcome back to JW's Brainwaves with me and my mom, Shirley Brooks, and I am Jessica Brooks. And we were just talking about the Urban League, and I can't read your handwriting, and how I went to go visit there, and the amazing experience I had. Basically, they were talking about finances, how to build your finances, how to get out of debt. And they had like 2 beautiful, wonderful guest speakers, which I'm kicking myself right now because I cannot remember their name. So shout out to the Urban League, and I'm so sorry I like butchered that, but you guys did an amazing job. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, and I think I built connections that I will never forget about through this journey.
That's good. So they didn't some of the people though at the Urban League, they were involved in a book tour.
What?
The speakers at the Urban League?
No, I just told you about that.
Okay. It must be my temporary brain injury.
I don't know. Mom, we just talked about that. What's next on the agenda?
Okay. Well, I was actually doing a little bit of research, and because one of our upcoming episodes, we're going to talk about, like pretty much what brain injury survivors really want us to know. Because some of the things, and like one of the first topics they even discussed really hit home for me, which was the fact that you're always talking about you need a lot more rest. You never really specifically said that you're being lazy, but you do talk about how much rest that you need all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the things that the injury survivors want us to know, or other people to know, is how physically fatigued you get, and it's just tiring for you to even just go through the thought processes and organizing your thoughts. That actually takes a lot of it puts a lot of physical wear and tear on your body, and that's again because people with brain injuries, because it's that silent injury. Or invisible injury, it's hard for other people to understand when you're saying, I'm tired. And we're looking at you like you just got out the bed. How could you possibly be tired?
That happens to me all the time. Basically, when I was with my neuropsychologist, like in the early stages, what they did was they drew like a picture, like a drinking picture, like that you like kind of have like iced tea in or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they were saying that there are layers that you have that fill the picture, and with the layers that fill the picture, like the first layer would be like tiredness. So if you started the day being tired, I spelled tired wrong. If you started the day being tired, then you're already like 1/4 full. And then on top of that, if you have a headache, then, that fills it too. And then you have like this little small slither of what you actually can do for the day with all these other components. And then this can even get stripped and cut into another piece where it's like, you're stressed out, or if you had like a common cold or something like that, it fills this picture up. And once your picture is completely full, you have nothing else to give. Like, and literally that's the point where you're like, I'm in the bed, I'm done, I can't give anything else. And that's what happens to me. Even if it's good stress because I'm excited to do something like the Girl Scouts, or bad stress because, I have to, write a formal document or something, for Jahzara's Way, I get filled up so quickly and then I can't get out of bed. Like today, I have a switch. Oh, I gotta go. We gotta go. I'll continue this when we come back from the commercial break.
Remember today you said something to John. You were talking to Johnny Jackson about something where.
Oh wait, I have to write down where we left off.
You were talking about the picture.
Okay, cool.
But you were talking to Johnny Jackson about something. I lost my train of thought.
I don't know.
It had something to do with my stamina fluctuates, even though I may look good.
I tried to go on the computer for Facebook Live, like it was like touchscreen. I forgot the thing. Oh, our cousin Raisha. Hey, Destiny, Amanda Brown. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. My dad's here too. No.
God, I can't remember what you talked about. It was something that you were talking to him that you mentioned was a really good point.
I don't know. Like we talked about a lot of stuff.
I know.
Sorry. You ready to go back?
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys, welcome back to Jahzara's. Whoa, why did I say Jahzara's Way? That is the that is our nonprofit that we're actually under. I don't know why I wanted to say that instead of JW's Brainwaves, but welcome to JW's Brainwaves with Jessica and Shirley Brooks, or Shirley and Jessica Brooks, because she says that she's the mom, so she should be named first. But what we were talking about was the picture, and how once you fill the picture, you basically have nothing left when it comes to like cognitive fatigue. And cognitive fatigue is basically when your brain is actually so tired that it slows down the process of, what you need to do. People forget that your brain is the powerhouse, and, it tells the rest of your body what to do. So if that is injured or, compromised in any way, then you're not going to do too well when your brain is trying to maintain homeostasis. Homeostasis is, that constant leveling of your body. So if you're too hot, homeostasis kicks in, and then it cools your body down so that your body isn't over the normal temperature. Or if your body is too cold, your homeostasis kicks in to try to level you out so that you are warm. So anytime you are trying to level out homeostasis as someone that has a brain injury, it's compromised, and it takes more effort to do that. So with it taking so much effort, it kind of takes that energy from you, and then you can't do anything, and then you're left with the full picture again. You seem like you had an aha moment.
I did. No, I was just, as you were talking, I was thinking about something you'd mentioned earlier today. You were talking to someone, and you were talking about, the flip side of the being fatigued was the fact that you could also, now you can do things that you couldn't do before, or that you didn't realize, I guess you had it in you to do before.
Yes.
You gave the example of the 501c3.
Oh yeah, but I feel like that was just like a strictly like spiritual thing. Like I bumped my head, and I went through some things that I feel that other people. Thank God I was able to complete my undergrad and complete it in sports science, sports medicine. I always get them flipped. One is the major, the other one is the concentration or minor. I always get them confused, so forgive me now if someone ever looks it up. And I was able to be trained from LIU Brooklyn campus, how to do research for, medical studies, how to go to the doctor's reference desk to double check my medications, and so on and so forth. And with those skills that I had from my undergrad, thank God I was able to keep that, and I didn't lose that. So I was able to ask questions to my doctors, and I kind of saw some loopholes. Not that my doctors weren't amazing, because they are, but we realized that there wasn't enough neuroscience to being discovered, almost like one of those things where it's like, oh, look, the iceberg, and then we only hit the tip of the iceberg, and down below there's like miles. Yeah, it's the bulk of it. And it's like unfortunate because you're left with, A, I have an injury, this sucks. B, I'm really stressed out, my whole life got twisted upside down. And C, you can't even tell me how to fix it. So like that's what promoted me to start Jahzara's Way, along with gaining my confidence from writing. And I honestly didn't realize that I wrote a book. Completely forgot that I wrote the book in the early stages of like being concussed, and I forgot about it. Someone reminded me, I looked it up, I found it on the computer, and not to pat myself on the back, but I actually really liked it. We're going to come back to that. We're going to take a quick break, so talk to you guys soon.
Did you say what episode this was?
I put part 3. Oh.
I'm just writing down like what we're discussing, so we'll know where to jump back in.
No, but if somebody's looking for it.
Oh, this is show number 3, dated 2/3/18.
Chronological order.
But no, I understand what he's saying. But
hey guys.
Still,
if you guys have any questions on anything that we're talking about, feel free to drop your comments on here. The live is not here because I'm in my pajamas. I have no makeup on. So, this is, to hear from you guys as well. Oh, I can check the text messages. I got like a whole bunch of them. Whoops. This sucks. How long does this have to be? I'll erase it.
Record a video and text it to you. I've been trying.
Okay. Well, we'll have to try it again, I guess, later. Let me see. Oh, Simone Hankerson, hey. Jay, hey. All right, let's go back to this bad boy. Hey guys, welcome back to JW's Brainwaves. I'm here with my mom, Shirley Brooks, and my name is Jessica Brooks. So we left off speaking about my mom mentioned something about like after the brain injury, I was able to do certain things that I didn't think that I could do before. And I was just sharing my story, and basically in the early stages of being concussed, I was able to put like a pen to paper, and I started writing. And literally that was the only thing that I had energy to do. It was the only thing that made me feel like I was a part of society to a degree, because literally every time I lifted up my head, the room would spin. It was so difficult to stand on my own without, feeling those nauseous sensations, dizzy sensations, being sensitive to light. And it was just very, very difficult. Like, just to put it in perspective, to go and get my medications from the pharmacy, my mom would kind of laugh at me and like kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. But I needed to do it just to get to the pharmacy counter. I would have to sit in those like carts at ShopRite to
little motorized carts.
Yeah, that like beeps like when you're like going backwards and stuff, and like people were looking at me, and it like made me feel really uncomfortable. But I literally didn't have enough strength to walk from the car to the front door of the grocery store, and then from the grocery store
from the front of the store
to the pharmacy. So I had to like sit in those carts, and even still, like the cart wasn't the best ride either, because I'm still dizzy and I'm still riding in there. My mom's like laughing kind of and like rolling her eyes.
Run little old ladies over in the grocery store.
I mean, I didn't do it. I'm sorry, old ladies. Like, I didn't mean to on purpose, but, that was just, the severity of it. And it was just like nothing was normal about that. And I had to, the only thing that I could do that like was like semi-active at the time when I started to recover was write. So I started writing, and I would write like little poems, mantras, little words of encouragement and stuff. And then I was like, why don't I just put this into a book, I guess, because I really don't remember me writing it at all. And I ended up starting to like type little by little on my mom's computer, and I saved it. And when I found it a couple of days ago after a friend mentioning it, because I was like excited, and I'm telling my friend like, oh, I have this speaking engagement I have to go to, like I got invited, how cool is this? And they're like, well, are you gonna, what are you gonna say? And I was just like, brain injury stuff. And they're like, well, why don't you pick, some inspirational quotes from the book that you shared with me? And I was just like, wait, what? Like, I wrote a book? And I was literally in the car with my dad, and I was just like, when the heck did I write a book? And I'm like, I don't not believe you. Like, I think I feel like I wrote a book, but I don't know what the book was about.
Because I remember you like you would take some of the words and like almost like say like put them in the shape of a triangle, and on one page, and then the next page you would maybe the next paragraph that you were writing about, maybe that was like in a circle. So you did some really creative things with even how you wrote the book.
Lord knows. I am not the strongest writer at all. Like, I literally write how I talk, but apparently the book was like perfectly formed. Everything that I wrote in the book was really, really nicely written, and I can only like say that was God and it wasn't me. And so that was definitely one thing that I feel like I did that I didn't know how to do before. And then also that gave me encouragement, and it gave me confidence enough to start asking my doctors questions. That right there. And I was just like, wait, I need to take hold of my own recovery and, you know, do what I can when I can to be proactive. And then that's when I started finding, you know, that neuroscience wasn't as developed as we would like it to be. Or,
right.
Oh, you gotta go back on a break.
Yeah. So when we come back, though, I want to discuss, get back into this a little bit more. Okay?
Cool. Oh, hey, Miss Audrey. Look, she joined.
Only thing I see is me.
Oh, no, right here are the names on the side.
I can't see the names.
Oh, Miss Rhonda's on here, too. Hey, girl. Part 4. That's,
okay.
They can literally see us. That's Sharice's mom.
Oh, hi. I'm like, oh, okay. I was asking her, who's Miss Rhonda? I'm like, what, Miss Rhonda? How you doing, Miss Rhonda?
Is so bad.
That's why I don't like being on this.
I can't. Thank you again, Miss Audrey. This is all because of you. Thank you for believing in me. That's my mentor. She's on my advisory board.
Hey, Audrey.
Oh, and congratulations on your like award thingy with Bishop. That's really cool. I'm gonna try to buy my ticket. You know, God willing, I could be in there. All right, we got to get back to the show though. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to type that in. Hey, Melissa, how's it going? And just let us know, okay? Do you want to get us back in, lead us back into the show?
Hi, welcome back to JW's Brainwaves. I'm Shirley, and Jessica, my co-host. No, we're here talking. When we left off, we were talking about how Jessica is now, well, how she actually wrote a book, and she didn't remember that she wrote a book.
So sad.
But
it was actually good.
And it was. It really was. And like I said, and before that, you know, I talked about my temporary brain injury because I forgot you wrote the book too.
Well, that makes me feel normal.
Right, so you're not that far out in left field, okay? But yeah, but how we got into the subject, we were talking about things that she, since she had the injury, things that Jessica's able to do now that she didn't have the confidence or she didn't have the know-how to do prior. One of the things too also was
a nonprofit.
Yeah, you filled out your 501c3 paperwork. You actually got a 501c3. Where
the first time around, it didn't even get like denied or anything.
I mean, you know, people pay, you know, lawyers and accountants and just grant writers even to fill out that type of paperwork for them. And you know, with a brain injury, just concussed, did it on your own. Every week I learn these new phrases. Just a side note, I asked her to stop using so many acronyms, you know, TBIs, CTEs, and all that stuff like that. I don't know what all that stuff means.
I mean, I kind of just look them up like right before, like when we have our talks.
But you know, but again, with just two things, you know, that that stand out that I was really proud of her that she was able to do, even with the injury. You know, going back, I remember actually last Sunday, my bishop, his daughter, his oldest daughter, she said something, she referred to the fact that she said she wasn't, basically what she was saying was she wasn't the greatest student, while she was in school. And I remember the struggles that you had, Jessica, especially with math, and, and it's almost it's almost bittersweet, the fact that your math teacher walks past our house all the time.
I don't want to talk about it.
but I always felt that the teachers that you had, or the teachers or the subjects that you had the most problems with,
were easy ones.
Those are the ones that you actually learn the most, because at one point you just get to a point where you just kind of just dig in and you do what you have to do to get through that class, or to learn whatever that subject is, or to just get, because one of the things I remember, I don't know if you remember, I used to always tell you, you do the work now, because if you don't do it now, you're going to see that same teacher next year.
I never saw a teacher the following year, by the way. I never, ever, ever. That I know for a fact.
Okay, I'm glad you remember
I'm
that.
I'm confident about that.
I'm glad you remember that. But again, you've through this injury, it appears you found some inner strengths that you didn't know you had.
Well, I have a little help. I'm not gonna lie. At the JFK Brain Injury Center, I have met so many beautiful people there, and honestly, I think of them. I think of them every time I think of Jahzara's Way, and I think of many people don't even know what Jahzara means, and Jahzara means blessed princess. And when I think of that, I think of royals. Like every royal monarch, especially like female, they have prided themselves in, being, there for the betterment of the community, betterment of their country, and, servicing the country. And that's why I chose that name, because it's like a stamped promise that we will always be there to fight and, to be on the side of, the brain injury community. Mm-hmm. And every night I think of every person that I meet at that center. Oh, we have to take a break soon. And that's my why.
Mm-hmm. Well, when we come back, we'll discuss some more of your whys. Okay, are we close to wrapping up? And
we didn't even talk about, we have to talk about the
CTE.
Yeah. Part 4, 5, I don't know.
Chronic traumatic encephalopathy.
Good luck.
Encephalopathy.
Encephalopathy.
Diminishing of the brain after multiple hits.
I have nothing. So how are you guys doing out here?
Get into that.
Is Shatana still here with us? That's my cousin. She's really smart, and she's like good at writing grants. And hopefully, she helps us out and writes a grant for us. Did we talk about everything else? Oh, Shane. We have to talk about Shane because he wasn't able to. Yeah. Okay. You ready to get back in there?
What do you want to lead in with Shane?
Huh?
Yeah. He couldn't get in.
Technical difficulties?
And then, yeah.
I'm so upset about that. I don't even know how that worked. All right. Come back. Hey guys, welcome back to JW's Brainwaves. And I have some unfortunate news. Oh man, I was really, really, really excited. I opened up the show with talking about my brain injury buddy, my brain injury brother Shane. I always really do bad with his last name. I'm so sorry. But unfortunately, because of technical difficulties, he wasn't even able to patch in on the show. And I'm hoping that we can get it together for maybe next week because his story is amazing and you really do not want to miss that at all. Also,
But you know what? Before we go, though, I did want to talk a little bit about CTE, which is an acronym.
look at you stepping out the box.
For chronic traumatic encephalopathy, which means
What does that mean?
well, it's it's a diminishing of the brain from multiple hits or multiple traumas to the brain. It actually diminishes.
Like the outside case of the brain.
If you say so. And unfortunately, a lot of people associate that with, some of the sports figures.
Yeah.
They tend to get a lot of, hit, and it's multiple sports. It's not just, a lot of people associate that with football, but it's multiple sports where a person could get, some type of a hit to the head where, again, they're almost like, well, when I was growing up, they used to say boxers were punchy because, punchy because they had so many hits to the head, from punches.
Right.
Until when outside of the ring, they were punchy. They always acted like they just got hit in the head.
Oh, wow. I have a crazy story about a boxer that I met. Oh, goodness. God bless his soul, but I'm not even going to get into that. Maybe next time. Maybe I'll ask him if I can share that story.
Well, you can share. You don't have to tell his name.
So my sister and I, we go to like a pro boxing match, and like we're like enjoying the fight. We're ringside. We're like, with all the celebrities and stuff like that, and we're like trying to fit in. We're like totally underdressed, but it's whatever. And we're enjoying the fights. And we're at the Barclays Center, which is absolutely beautiful. And we're meeting all these different boxers. We're talking about Jahzara's Way. We're talking about TBIs, which is traumatic brain injuries. And we're talking about, the effects that it has and like, getting their viewpoints on, what's happening and stuff. And we have this full-fledged conversation with one of the boxers. He's like very, very notable. And at the end of the conversation, I'm like, oh, wow, this is going great. And he goes, yeah, it was awesome to meet you. I hope you have a good night, sir.
So he's a little punchy.
Oh my God, I lost it. Like I literally
one or two too many hits to the head.
Like I couldn't even control myself. Like me and Jennifer looked at each other. Jennifer is my sister, and we're like, and as soon as he left, like we ended up cracking up. Like I'm like, oh my God, and I was like, yep. He's my brain injury buddy. Yep. But to circle back to the CTE, I feel really bad for like the NFL and stuff because they're getting blamed with all of this. And like with traumatic brain injuries, athletics isn't even the number one cause. Like,
so what is? I mean, what
depending on where you live, like it can either be auto accidents or falls. And then when it comes to falls, it goes over to specifically the age group of the elderly. So I'm just like, wait, what? Like, why are they? I mean, I know why they're giving them like so much flack, but like at the flack. Oh, I did say it right. But at the same time, like there are significantly greater causes of traumatic brain injuries, and it's just like unfortunate that they're trying to make them the poster child of it and concussion. So I feel really bad. Like as a TBI member, I'm with you, NFL. But we'll come back and we'll finish up the show. Keep listening and we'll talk to you soon.
So Chef is
definitely coming, not next week, but the 17th.
All right, so that won't be.
Oh, I think we have a question. Yes, my daughter is on her 5th concussion.
Wow.
Whoa, over the last 5 years. Do you have information on long-term effects?
Yes. So you can go, well,
go ahead.
Hold on, let me just back up. So you can go to brain line backward. Brain line, all about brain injuries.
Oh, they also I don't know them. They're not my friends. My friends are the Brain Lions of New Jersey, so I'm gonna send them there. Long-term effects, I don't know all of it, and that's unfortunate, and most doctors don't know all of it as well. And that's something that we're working on. Like, I'm hoping within the next 3 to 5 years, we can partner with a research center where we can tap into, seeing some of those results. I don't want to lie to you. I don't know. When I asked some of my neuropsychologists and my neuro doctors, a lot of them have said that they don't know. They don't know any of the long-term effects. I just remembered one. We are more susceptible to Alzheimer's and like tremors and brain injuries like that. That I do know for a fact. But that's a really good question. I'm gonna actually do more research to see and tap in with one of our board members for Jahzara's Way. He is one of the head nurses at Meridian Hospital, and he would be able to give me a better answer for you. But I will definitely keep in contact with you, Mrs. Mayfield, on that.
Mrs. Mayfield?
Yep, and it's the long-term effects. And it's different, too, because it depends on where she was hit. I know that for a fact. It depends on, like, her current symptoms, if she has any. It depends on her age as well. If you could private message me some of those answers, like how old she is, where she was hit each time, what were some of the effects each time that she had the concussion, I think that would give us more of a health history to report to my my board member in reference to getting you a more accurate answer. So that we can do.
Okay, next show.
Yeah. What else?
So we were just wrapping up with the CT. Well, we did kind of wrap it up.
Yep.
And then we just go into what's going on next week.
Sure. Oh man, I want to talk about the Grammys.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna just mention real quick the Grammys.
Okay. Cool. So you want to bring us back in?
Hi, welcome back to JW's Brainwaves. We were just going over some of the definition for CTE, which is a chronic traumatic encephalopathy, which is diminishing of the brain after multiple hits. Before we go, though, we would like to discuss just very quickly about the Grammys.
Oh yeah, that happened last week.
Yes,
they're really good.
Yep, the Grammys are really good. I personally enjoyed some of the performances, by Bruno Mars and Rihanna and a whole bunch of other people that I didn't know. But
I'm thinking you're about to listen like a long list. That's funny. The cool thing about Rihanna's little routine Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson moment was that she incorporated a lot of the Afrobeat dances, which is coming up, it's a nice, coming up kind of thing. I don't know why I'm missing my words right now.
It's a new wave, a new something,
a new I don't want
phenomenon.
To say, a new phenomenon. And I thought that was really, really cool, and it kind of put African dancing, to another level and into the forefront. And I thought that was amazing. And of course, I love Bruno Mars. I don't know what it is about him. He's so little, but I like
little Bruno.
I know, baby Bruno, but I love him.
He's his real name, something Hernandez, I think.
Really?
Yeah, that's not his real name.
Oh,
little Bruno, baby Bruno,
baby Bruno. But I really, really like him. He's one of those artists that no matter who you're around, you can find yourself dancing with that person or, to his music. He's just a well-rounded artist. And I think he deserved everything that he won. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh my God, Jay-Z was robbed, blah, blah, blah. And
Peter Peter Jean Hernandez. That's his name.
That's a nice corporate name.
Peter Jean.
But he's good. I'm not gonna lie. He always performs. I feel like he's like the female version of Beyonce.
Oh, he is little. He's only 5'5".
I told you he's small.
Jeez.
He's like literally bite size. Like he's my height. Oh, what's coming up next for the next show?
Okay. Actually, like I said, we were actually. What is this called?
What? This is Facebook Live.
Oh, so we're actually Facebooking live at the same time. And someone wrote in with a question regarding long-term effects of brain injuries. So looks like next week, actually, I'd like to get into that a little bit further and do some research and talk about that. Yeah. About the long-term effects, because I'm even curious about your long-term effects.
God bless my husband.
It's been a year.
My future husband. God bless him. Whoever he may be.
Right, but I'd like to know, what's
in
the
store.
future holds for you.
Yeah.
Even so, so next week we'll discuss, again, the long-term effects of brain injuries.
Yeah.
Yep. So if you have any questions, you can inbox us.
Jeez, Louise just like messed up. Oh man. Why? Like, it's annoying. We just got messed up. Like someone. Okay, I need them to stop. Like immediately. I don't know what's going on. Like,
pull it up so you can just put it like call me back, and it says like call me back in an hour or whatever.
Yeah, but it's like a separate app. Like I don't understand. I just want to like say stop calling.
Maybe there's someone trying to ask a question or something.
Yeah, but obviously it's like not the time, which really stinks. Like,
are we done now then?
Yeah. I guess I don't know if we have to like do that whole segment over or not. And we're live.
Put our heads together.
I don't know. Nice press faded. Guess we gotta do it again. Live isn't so live. Yep. All right. So what were we talking about? Grammys. Ready?
Yeah. We were talking about the Grammys.
Oh man. All right, let's do this.
Okay. Hi, welcome back. We just want to wrap up with just a few words about the Grammys. Last segment we were talking about CTEs, which is chronic traumatic encephalopathy, which is diminishing of the brain after multiple hits. We were also doing Facebook Live simultaneously, and we had a question. Someone wrote in asking questions about long-term effects on brain injuries. So next week we'd like to start discussing that. We'll do a little bit of research. You're going to speak to your doctors
and board
members this week regarding that, and see if we can get a little bit more insight into that area.
Yeah.
Because I'm also curious, about what's going to happen in your future.
Yeah, I was like saying before, I was like, oh man, my poor husband, like, God bless him. Y'all pray for him now, because I really don't know what's going to happen. Like, it could literally be like one of those things where I'm like Muhammad Ali towards the end, or I have like Alzheimer's, or, there's so many different, like,
Parkinson's.
Yeah. And individuals who have brain injuries are susceptible to that. Excuse me. Also, like, there's so many possibilities, or I could just grow old and be fine. You know what I mean? Which would be great,
Yeah.
And I can just have my own personal wackiness, like, that I have on my own.
You could continue with your own personal wackiness?
That would just be great, just have my own regular personality. But who knows? It's scary. And, you know, like I was saying before, when it comes to the research, it's like an iceberg where, you know, we have a lot of information that is found, but at the bottom of the iceberg, you know, there's a big chunk that's still left to be unknown. And that is one of the primary reasons why I started Jahzara's Way. So hopefully we'll be able to get back with like one of our followers from Facebook Live, and we can chat about, you know, what are some of the possibilities. Like I know with the CTE, they're able to actually detect that now without you being
as
dead.
Opposed to, right.
Yeah, there's like a certain protein that they look for that releases in the body. I don't know if it's specifically, well, hormones come out of the brain to go, and then they like kind of match up with something. That was the layman's term version. And that's like one of the proteins. I can't remember if protein is a hormone right now. Don't judge me. But yeah, it gets released in the body, and they can, you know,